First question from Kirsten Watson. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hey, Dave. Going into tonight, is there anything that you're really looking for from these guys, or that you've really had a conversation about them with them for?
Right now, not really. On the position player side, timing, getting their legs under them, logging some innings on defense, just seeing some live pitching, seeing opponents in another uniform. On the pitching side, just want to kind of build these guys up, whether it's Walker who's going to go 2, whether it's Dustin May is going to go 2, or those relievers behind him that are going to go an inning apiece. Just kind of getting out there and competing again.
Thank you.
You got it.
Next question from Dave Vassay. Go ahead, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Kershaw threw a bullpen today. Where's he at in spring, and when do you think he'll pitch in a game?
Yeah. So I think that I don't know if Mark and him if he's gonna face hitters again, or in 3 days he'll be in a game. I think that we're still talking about that, making sure Clayton feels good coming out of the pen. And right now, Dave, I don't know that answer. I know I expect to see him soon in a Cactus League game.
Where is he at physically? Is it business as usual? Is it better than what it was a year ago? Where would you say he's at?
Better than it was a year ago, and business as usual.
Okay. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Dave, Joe Kelly threw today off the mound. Just what's the update on him, and what do you expect from him going forward here?
Yeah, I think that Joe's on a throwing program. Everything that I hear, he came out of it fine, and he'll go back to playing catch, building up, and then hopefully in another few days we'll get him back, throw another bullpen, and hopefully, you're looking 6-7 days potentially to see some hitters.
Next question is from Ron Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, for the young guys who didn't get to play in games last year, do you get the sense that they're any more excited or antsy for this, just to be playing against a different team for the first time in a year?
Yeah, I think to a man, everyone's excited, not only just to be here in spring training, to be practicing again with teammates, but these young guys who essentially missed out on a year of baseball just to now have the opportunity. So I'm very cognizant of trying to get them in games, and really want them to cut their teeth a little bit in a big league game. So we still got time, but certainly there's a lot of youthful enthusiasm.
How nice is it to also be heading into a season with Walker? And I know you've touched on it before, but just with Walker kind of getting built up a little bit more normally than what last year was.
Oh, it's great. And I think that it's also even better when the player drives it. And Walker very aware of his body and how his body responds to rest or continue to ramp things up. So as we learned in past, to kind of go idle and dormant, maybe not the best thing for Walker. And so kind of trial and error, and we feel good where he's at right now by, throwing all throughout the winter.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Next question is from Eric Stewing. Go ahead, Eric.
Dave, a report came out today about AAA season being pushed back, and that means alternate sites. Have you guys discussed where that would be for you guys? Is USC an option, or would you have to go to like Rancho?
Yeah, I think right now, Eric, I think Camelback Ranch and Rancho Cucamonga are the two options for the Dodgers.
And that's what would you'd still be comfortable in terms of like players shuttling back and forth if you had to call them up from that in that scenario?
Yeah, and I don't know really. We still got 4 or 5 weeks to ultimately decide, but I think both locations work for us.
Thanks.
I got another question for Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
Dave, along those lines for the young players, DJ Peters spoke to us earlier today. I know a couple of springs ago you were very high on him. Where do you think he's at right now in his development and just cutting down his swing?
He looks good right now. I think that he's just one of the guys that unfortunately didn't get to play a full season last year, and so he obviously worked really hard, this past winter. He's always in great shape. And it's just for DJ just to continue to get the repetitions, because as a big bodied guy, you know, there's so many, the levers are long and really trying to dial in the mechanics. But honestly, the work that he's done with the hitting guys himself, we feel just as high on DJ as we ever have been.
You got time for one more. Go ahead, Jorge.
Dave, for Julio tomorrow, is it 2 innings?
2 innings for Julio.
And I'm just wondering, as someone who's been around him for quite a while now, are you just excited to see this guy maybe potentially having a full chance, a full season to start games and be a guy in that rotation?
I am. You know, he's earned it. He's been through a lot, and he's done it the right way. And his growth physically, the maturity as a professional ball player has grown so much. And obviously the culmination last year. But yeah, to see him, you know, getting regular work, potentially as a starter, I think that we're all excited about that.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.